Do you have your hotspot on your cell phone? That's about it.
That's what I'm
I
using.
just use my hotspot on my cell phone.
Well, can't see when I'm recording, but hey, it's on because of the AI. Okay.
Yeah.
Everyone's ready, 6 p.m. Like to call the meeting of the Ocean Highway Sewer Authority to order this September 11th, 2024. In recognition that today is 11, I wanted to ask that we all just remember those that gave their lives, the ordinary men and women of first responders, the firefighters, the police who gave their lives, the ultimate sacrifice that day in September, and would ask for a moment of silence in recognition of the 2,777 Americans who perished that day. Please join me in the pledge of allegiance to our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Can you hear me now? Yep. I can turn off. Testing, testing. We'll take a minute to just resolve the AV issue. Thanks for answering. All right, we will now be called to order to 6:01. Rosanna, please conduct.
Commissioner Cole, Commissioner Colwood, Commissioner Nelson,
Here.
Vice Chair Taylor, Chair Hill.
Here. Now just ask Commissioner to be speaking directly into the microphone about the. And. Thank you. So we'd like to recognize some folks here tonight. We have Sterling Woolwood, Scott Ward, Sir Two. I have Mr. Bob Archer, the speaker part, Mr. Linder is also here, can speak. Representative Ms. Thatcher. We have one speaker part for Mr. Virtue, and this is for item, well, for the sale of property. Mr. Virtue. Please state your address for the first, please.
Virtue, work Third Street. I know it will always be back said we'll get to more regarding that teacher service. I just want to make sure that it stays on everybody's front of behind you. I want the teacher service to run off the land, not want this to be bigger or versus bigger. Maybe directions to 50 counties the way to do it, so that the teacher restrictions for 50-foot wide house and single family house on the land. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Virtue. All right, no more public comments. Next up is regular business. Approval of the minutes, we can take those together. These are minutes for August 14, 2024 and August 28, 2024. You have to take them together or separately? Together. Do I have a motion? Okay, a motion to accept the minutes, second.
Second.
Motion second, all in favor say aye. Opposed none, motion carries unanimously. Court attorney report, Mr. Kuchowski.
There, the guidelines there, the strategy, both they also making on part of it. You read about the news. This seems to be impossible for you.
After about any of those court attorney report.
Here in the.
That things that hang out. Also, way. That's what, yeah, we're not in part sharing things. Third page is the regular treasure. 24. Nothing, any significant receipts of hardware and one per fee. That value. So, rather than- and then, set the balance of the account, using the, earnings now. That's new. Or now, the balance of, right, so, so money. Or I've got, giving the money. So the third page is the third quarter budget. So just, uh, so we just added, so we added, actually went back and forth. I believe. We know that our senior 7, we're all here, right? So you're there, fine. Getting up, or with some, yeah, it's not. We're first, loving here, is to be here, that. So I've added, as we said last week, a ton of fee. So this is, in great call on, a dollar for 500 feet. For, so this is based off, 2023 volume of tonnage to the core. And then that ton of fee you see on the next page, possibly more. So there are, so that dollar per year, $1, you see $25 as sale. And then that 25 years, we received the $13,000 collected today. And they have that. So if you can keep it to quite, is that so you elaborate. So we see what it finishes. Okay, I'll show you the result on that page. So, and so it says that, yeah, change flat, and then actually out in computers for them, the discharge procedure. So obviously we pay for these model. This fiscal year rather than next year, taking out the 2,400 budget for the day or to go essentially two changes. Okay, and at the next meeting, we'll also be, sort of the whole fee increase and the annual fee increases in hardware. Are based on the August and the program that August issue, I think actually available in the next few days. We calculated right now, and so I'll say that we will calculate the exact thing. I took the refund 100%. And obviously, you have one of them here, we're going for approval, the change of the applicable, the for conference to this next fiscal year. So, any questions about just the detail of it? And okay, move to the last. So this is the victim will need to return to a resolution. So we have together a resolution. And this will be the budget that will be passed. Bargaining changes, already changing carry forward balance, things like that. So the budget is divided up into 5 different budgets. So we have a slow whale left, which is foreign operations, which is essentially the treasurer report. Okay, that's again, we'll look at it. We have used to be customs house, we now call direct operating expenditures. So essentially the operators pay the utilities for the janitorial, and all that, custom talent. And so, again, and you're gonna pay, that's, we're going to pay directly. We're not gonna have to show it in 4 hours. Pay for it. Obviously, then we have security, that, yeah, pay, directly, like, not pay directly, pay the over, on your, not on these partners, it's trees, or they have. So that's a message in the hall. How they look at that. The next one is the new model, so it's going here, so then in the public. Then that, the first $50,000 of county fees, per ton fees collected, is good, he's given it a lot, and it's going to be able to, that one is available for joint year to use, whatever purpose it wants. It's a one-time, my interpretation, that's one time, item, it's just the first $50,000 payments for the month fee, and so then month fee. Again, I've already heard it, the other, that, take 50,000 out, we get 3%, 90, remaining month fee goes into the maintenance is okay. So again, that's based on any one kind of them, there would be a shift of 42,189 going into the maintenance reserve. Any questions about any of that? On the income side?
So the 43,000, that's, has the fund replaces the current funds, or is that the current amount, is that the current amount of income?
So maybe, so.
Do we have other that they're at?
So 5,000 will continue. So 5,000, well, maybe 5,000, the operator continue. And that's their $60,000 like 6 million looked at. The WTF maybe it's stopped. Or whatever, I mean, that's changed. I will take that. Did not heard of that. So again, yeah, that continues, so the $5 per month maintenance contribution to the for the operator to decide the access time. Okay,
Request for your.
maybe you would.
It's a singular. But not.
No. No. The construction maintenance with overground. Is the cow. That's the op.
Being
Well, remember, the contract policies, hold the edge day for any maintenance of 15 on all requirements of $50,000 in the bar. It's supposed to work with the right? So we have that on call.
So these are tickets, and these are like general ledger loss items.
So that entire, it's our estimate that would be $100,000 plus $22 per. But we on the general track, I think. Not back up. But our. Hey,
Yeah.
yeah, correct, yeah, yeah, so I can that, I'll give you.
right.
Okay. Alright. Yeah, fine. That is fine. Okay, so that's the income side, and then, again, how much the expense side, the first column is again, it's moving forward 6 columns. The cut us out, before we do that. Obviously, before we do this, third and next time, break down those total operating. So right now, just one maintains, yeah, well, the maintenance of the river path. So you also, right now, mentioning, 2014, next year, 2089,400 dollars. So we just paid our insurance, $80,000 also bought a computer, various other items. So that we get based on items. So we make change that. Yes. No, that's nothing. And as I said, so 40,000 to electric model, 50,000.
The video annual dues are expected to increase in, they're having meetings several months. Anybody hears back and there's back and forth about $150 straight fast. Down there. So we can, start our meeting early next time around. The budgetary discussions, we can take discussion now.
So I think next,
For
when, next meeting, all off. Yeah, man.
okay, so I didn't need a seven or
So we have to. And then it was just, and what costs are ongoing. Operating that, and changing that, utilities, law, et cetera, et cetera. So,
That's. Yeah, said we're going to design here that was by. Then what's the second?
But that, I'm not needed else, you know.
Instead.
Okay, so that just leaves the other item was it's really plans, so I can know about. Did anyone have any comments about anything in the budget they wanted to discuss? Questions? I noted that we were exceeding our budget for the employment. No, we can do one. One. So we did it by the.
No, we're there.
Or exceed that by the employment prior year. And we've settled one cases, but we still have case, active ongoing and subject to, I mean. Where do we stand of year, you know, a couple of our budget? System.
Yeah, because not only does outside the operator, the indemnities to the reimbursement for fees related to the fire is and I don't use. I'm not certificate.
So I see that we have for 23, 24, it's 60, and over 24, 25, it's 54 thousand.
And there's based on what the here.
And then 10,000 is the. So that's an item that's been very difficult for the board to manage in the past, and I would like to do a better job of that this year. We have to be very careful this year because we don't to rely on for reimbursement. So when we get to, you know, the first quarter, we need to look and see whether we are exceeding our run rate, you know. And take actions, we don't wait until through the year.
It's whatever time period you want.
I think we need to be very, you know, monthly basis, taking to, careful with invoices. If you make a phone call after about something, you order first, you know, just be mindful that every time you call him to ask him, you know, to review a letter or to do something really you can do on that that's those individual costs drive up our words and will result in us exceeding our budget. So we see the invoices, we see who was making those calls. And as a board, we need to start holding each other accountable. I try to have meetings, I try to ask them, you know, look carefully at the invoices, your data's. Make sure that that meeting happened. And be mindful next time. But thank you for the good work. Doing your job.
That's your policy. The other one was not very well. Policy. See, you said that. It's sign through whatever it is. Again, that's a big challenge, that's the right at the beginning, right, the most important fees on the possibility. You know, the bulk fees on a year, and yeah, have a compromise. But you very modest, actually low. But you want to have one of them, yeah, it's budget for 12 months. And there are categories all right now. Don't really find them. So they are. Yeah. have the information for.
Rosanna, did you have any amendments? Are any items missing? I know we just got this paper copy just now, but I did notice that I couldn't see the computers on there, the new PC.
It's because here, did you include the payment for the laptop for this year? Um,
The 23, 24, but. It's all.
For the very vulnerable ones.
No, I thought it on. Hold on.
Well, we might be able to this more as the meeting goes on, but they can do the line by line review. Okay, the Port of Fernandina report. Yeah, I was curious how long it takes to get warehouse. We told these drivers that it graduate level. Just curious how long it would be, like what vacations.
On hundreds. Amongst it will sit in the warehouse with this. So if it's in order and 4 to 6 minutes, it pile it all with the notion UPS and then it slowly gets trucked out and ramped out onto where it's consumed. So that's average. For 8 to 12 hours.
This audit, and the report, does that include the covered bars? Or is it covered
All
bars?
that is. You are, we can look in. Us. I mean, printing right direction. So that's it's great. You have anything in the pipeline? That be. So. I. So. The second. On average. That's conference. So it's the stuff that they have. It would be. One of us. Their
Well, it was really great to be able to see the board in action despite the rain. And I was able to go out on tour. Leadership class and Cal really great job. Just representing port operations, science, moving, total jobs, learning people, their inventory. It was, I think it was really well received by the leadership. There were several years in recent history where leadership has not visited. And they were very complimentary and very grateful to be able to see it. They toured next door, but they were especially happy to see there's little things to see in the local community, you might see a truck line to train the petrol system of piping or to really understand first. They were, you just had a whole busload of vans over the port. So I think it's a win for the community and also for to do those feelings. It's very well received. So thank you.
Good here. I would like to do this.
Yeah, he did a good job. Davis did a good job too.
Davis is there.
Yeah. For the most part. Okay, any more questions on the operator report? Well, okay, that takes us to business. So
Or there, we can work on it. That's. That's the strategy.
Okay, so we can add that under new business. I will accept the modification. And do you have that available to put on the, I mean, or we can take it down.
I do.
Okay, yep, if you have it ready. Thank you. So we'll go ahead and hear this item now. This is a request from the operator regarding dredging. This was dredging that was completed in
I mean, they did, something in the last 3 years, and, they're, I mean, status. Driven costs standing on the machine.
greater than priority. So without clear issues to recommend, we can have 2 ships on the docks without sufficient clearance alongside for the entire length of the dock. So dredging is always a priority and above all maintenance concerns. If there's no money, we and this is dredging is the top priority. Bottom of the channel was great. And it's interesting, I talked with one of the dredging contractor that does the dredge for the Army Corps submarine channel. And that channel was the number 1 priority for the Department of Defense services line. So we will have, see that channel for the foreseeable future, and like we prefer to be done, touch wood somewhere that which they did not. These that's once. They very maybe 1 or 2 get in their heads.
Karen, well, I had to take a look at this. This bothers me a little bit, and I like. But
Well, it's not even. So I know about some of these grants that we're looking back now and seeing more engineered stands, as-built drawings or that it's meets the requirements for every student done. So we just make sure to have, clear stamp or certification from whoever did say, I think we have that, they showed the different tests.
Yeah. Yeah, it is probably.
Just to make sure that we know where that is. We should know. Cool, great, thank you for bringing that forward. You made a motion, but we didn't vote or take a second, but is that fine? Do you want to just?
no, I motion if we allow the board attorney to look at.
Anyone motion?
I think there's,
Okay. There was- Okay, motion second, all those in favor. Aye. Okay. Okay, yeah, nice motion. Thank you. Just didn't want to leave that motion out again.
Oh,
Yeah, it would, no. All second.
second, all right, that's. Got it.
Unanimous, correct. Okay, old business, we have 4 items. The open property sale listing agreement is listed. I saw in the minutes that we were expecting Mr. Griffin to be here, but I don't see his present. Does anyone have anything on that item, or do we want to move to the next item? Okay. 8B, Mara Fort Quench vessel disposition. So Patrick, do you want to take that, Dave, or Roseanne, and Mara?
Sure, also.
So. Funds, $1 million, we're share. Additional, that's that, members and the jury. And that, I will say. Why, you know, they're having exceptions for months about revenue sharing, after new revenue flow, that has been all clear, yes. So, I don't know why that being characterized, you go out on, a lot. I will say $100,000 additions to Point Island was, makes it special, very sports with state, developers. But I think you see the communication there, the cooperative response is $1 million, and that's it, consideration of revenue sharing for classrooms or computers. So it's kind of really up to you all how you want to proceed. Again, I don't know what JP can say very timely, but they've been willing to give us a south and just keep favor. I'm willing to continue to do that, not meaningful update.
Yep, so I read all the emails, I think for those emails shared. So I mean, I guess everyone's read all those emails. And I mean, I welcome the rest of the board's comments about the tug. We know we've had millions of dollars into the operators cost related to the tug. We know there's also corresponding costs in those operations. We've requested those records to be provided to us, and they've been ready to digest format, and instead we've been given an invitation to go to the Blue House and look at those records.
Madam Chair, if I may, this is a subject that I brought for this board, and I've been on it ever since about the revenue that this tug does and continues to generate for the operator. They're giving us an alternative. You either take the million or we're walking away. That's pretty bold. From July 22 to July 24, I did make some phone calls and I talked to some people that were doing the accounting for Worldwide at that time. And the numbers that I was given are staggering on revenue that tugboat generated. This board cannot walk away from that revenue, no matter what the operator says. It's $1 million or we're done with this. There's tons of money out there that went into a bank account and was used. Not one red cent came to this Port Authority, not one. To me, that's very disturbing. And to be given the ultimatum, if you take the $1 million and you don't get anything, that's strong arm robbery. Okay, I will tolerate it. I'm only one voice here, but I'll make it loud and clear. That's unacceptable. These trucks, based on my inquiry today, are worth, just the 6 trucks are worth approximately $300,000. That's $1 million. So that means $700,000 for a tugboat that this board still don't know what it's worth. To accept something that we can't confirm is irresponsible. Now, there's been attempts, many attempts, to have somebody look at the tugboat, and we faced opposition pretty much the whole way. To the point that I had to go on board and take pictures of the inside of the tug and email them to the operator, the tug operator that's interested in, and we all know that's McAllister. Now, I've tried for 2 weeks to get a hold of them, but I started thinking after the innuendo they had to go through to try to get to see that tug, I believe totally no answer is an answer. So if they won't return the answer, they won't return the call, they won't say anything, that is my answer. We're done. So formally, I run that answer to you tonight that McAllister is done. So this board has something to look at here, and I would ask our attorney to convey this to Moran, and let's be upfront. Let's just tell them that the deal that's on the table is not a suitable deal. Now, like I said, I'm one voice, but this is taxpayer dollar, and people hired us, elected us to do the job on their behalf. Walking away from that sum of money between July 22 and July 24 is irresponsible. Anybody else got anything to say? I yield.
Thank you, Commissioner Lawson.
So,
I think we could work with, the operator to come up with a reasonable, thing between the day we want the same job, want to stay, and, they've done a good job operating it. They want the same thing, so a lot of this back and forth to me seems to have an economic solution. And if we list the tug for sale, neither party is happy. We will get income, we'll probably get a lot more cash immediately, but at the end of the day, we're not looking for one-time windfalls. That's why we don't, I don't think I'll sell it. I think we want to invest in this port and invest in the future operations here. But we do need to realize something for revenues and their share. And it's clear to me that we can't continue to acquire new assets, new lines of business without an agreement that says what our revenue share is. Because doing that and then asking for revenue proposal, asking for information about our revenue is not effective. And that's frankly the only way business. We need it writing, what our revenue share is, we need whatever level of transparency we want to stop information. It needs to be determined at the initial transaction when we first acquired this. Changing time, that revenue share session. Otherwise, there's no meaning. The same where it's profit, then it can ground, but we haven't. Major that was the year. So, I could receive a motion tonight to list the tug for sale, and that way we would have a
valuation potentially if we had offers, or we can direct Patrick to go back and continue fighting. I mean, you have specific instructions.
But now understand how yeah, so you send out to 70 registered out to this asking crew and maintenance and operations. So that does what costs specific and and we can that's how it's that's just normal operation. And then you have set up. But this parameters and more of those number, but it's fundamental to this system. Like you hear new past session. So to us prior to the group, remarks is that really happened, really got great. So that's on him. We now repeats $1 million back to for his rates there. In order to be accountable and to be in good standing. Right. So I don't know what it's like.
And reasonable fine, or more than the cost. I mean, that's great. And I understand what stuff, this is what, that's still, but.
That would be good if we could afford to do that. But we can't do that. What so to be careful. Number one, we have a lot of money on the table. Number two, there's a lot of money you say. I know that he has two crew members. That tug goes out, pull one in, and take one out, there's gonna be 4 hours. From my understanding, you have a captain that's on that. I'll give you that. But we're not spending a lot of money in fuel because for years. All night long. I know either my tenure there in the house. And the LOA, which is linked overall, they. done. I mean, she- they- uh, no disrespect to her, about ourselves. It was in the early stage of worldwide terminal. Chris Bucci said there will be no ship coming in this port without.
That they were forced to use it, even when they loved the word, they didn't even talk.
And that's what it's all about. By the captain, their shoes. We don't need that. I know 3 times there was a judge.
It's free to sell if you don't think dollars, twice. Well, I guess I'll stay with the reality. If that's how we view it, then it is exhibited a willingness to stand beyond the question wasn't why didn't you have more on so yeah, like you a little you go there, which you go to church, lives, either uh, I'm really shocked. On really fun. Uh, if you don't take that back, if you say everybody or such everybody, say everybody, I don't know exactly what they're more better view us, yeah. Is, and they've been very understanding, and they're very probably been dedicated for the chair. Do it, maybe not for maybe also. I don't hear frustration yet, but I think we're not fixing the behavior. You know, it's complicated, it's trying to figure it out and maybe not a lot. That's when we get in. Get the understanding going through the final phase. So, think that directly answers the question. I don't know if they're solid. You did a great job of that. Okay, it's fun. That's what it's that one. Cannot. Oh yeah, there's guys in Oakland board, yeah. Yeah. So they it's also, you know, under the shoe. So, possibly.
sentiment that not only are you already done on some of these, if they are in, finish it. This is your guy. Here, Greg. What are you talking about? Not, six, 900. That help there.
In Jacksonville, short 5 gross tons of that vessel, whether it's empty or loaded, whatever the gross tons of that, they can, what they charge.
Ron, that's one of the parts. The part that the loading for features that. But not sure about that. And or
Settlement, ask them to set projects all the way.
Gallery, the twenty primary, which is send you to the ear, it's out, and you have to provide services. Everyone's to replace it, that includes limits out the remaining, cut out, and that, talk about that, so we're. Make sure, that's on there.
We are going to commit to keep it here. I think this will have on the cities. This is right. It really is, and I'm going to say that. Keep it operational is the side of us.
From that, words, is that.
Alright. This. That's from the standard.
Percent.
Yeah.
All right, so the second are for $1 million for this way, well, he said it. So Vice Chair Taylor acknowledged the legal decision, so as I understand motions, leading all parties rights. Then the utility stay at the board of recommend. And other terms that, I mean, after the negotiations, we were those between first. So we'll enter the session.
Madam Chair, I'd just like to bring up, two things. If you've got something in your hand, that means you can negotiate with it. Once you give it up, you don't have any negotiating. And I want to remind the second thing is this board voted to put a fabric warehouse at a certain location on that board up there. And without any contacting us, other than from what I heard, I can't believe they did that, but now that I look at it, yeah, I can. That when Aaron Bean came for a visit, I understood that there was only 4 commissioners there. We went there to conduct business about a fabric warehouse, or it's moving there to be business. I'm getting a call from there saying, what in the rip is going on? This warehouse has been moved. This is not the approved place. So here's my point. If you on their own, and then you turn over and expect anything, please learn from that. This is all fact and all substantiated. If nobody believes what I'm saying, come with me. I'll put you in my truck and I'll take you down there and show you where that warehouse is sitting. That is not the approved location. Please, before you make decisions that might come back to bite them, I ask you to look into it. That's all I have to say.
Well, and I said that when I got in the house. So the crackers, occasionally tried. Students, so that, and that, I can,
Take Rosanna or
read and get records without global discussion. And I think we could do would be actually have an appraisal. And if Mary would to find you that, the investment not appreciated, there's everybody. Markets, then the investment appreciated, meanwhile, writers, so do they use and stuff, right? And so having to go with that, I wanted to know, I do agree that if we sell, but we shouldn't. Necessarily going with revenue, so I heard you, Commissioner Paul, if we're gonna settle weapons, we settle revenues for the period that we didn't share. It's fair, in line with what our revenue share is small. The benefit of looking with OPA is that you have access to funding, small business, home service, and so you have taxes on these assets. And we have not been taxed, that's inclusive in law. It's readers, so that's a big benefit. To but we know he's been charged, and you will see it. You have to have the information useful report. And we don't have a record, so it's up to you to want to do that. Which I think we should be looking for. We're going to sell that for and it's appreciated. And it's very so
Look at, I know, and Richard, and bring that to 100. But you have to from me there. The just live on we
I would answer that this way. I don't know of a solid businessman that would walk away from 2 years of it. Knowing that that is generated, and it would put it in a bank account, and it's been used, he would just turn it all away. Just for the sake of saying, I don't heard of you. That makes sense to me because you know it was a money maker for they kept it. Number one, I don't know law. The first thing that I did, Chris Rebucci told me that I was saying, I think we read from the job. And I know how the plot works. It's unacceptable.
When we first acquired the tug, when the operator said, and I wasn't part of these discussions, I was in the audience. But what the operator said to his board was that revenues, trust me. And then his experience would be like, Commissioner Hall, we do have firsthand experience of that, but the trust me, we'll negotiate later. And I think you have firsthand experience that doesn't negotiate. Right, so, and then the operators reported in their public disclosures to their bondholders, of which we are the issuer. And which validate that these statements are true. That the tugboat will have significant and immediate long-term financial benefits. Previously, the tug service, they full pass through in with both revenues expenses increasing or decreasing one-to-one based on vessel costs. The acquisition of the four-foot shifts the expense side of the equation towards a fixed cost model while keeping the revenue side higher. In 2020, tug expenses total $356,000. Management estimates that over 85% of these expenses will be eliminated, representing a year savings. First price and push to the call, which is
Uh,
a for you. Okay. The CP project is. And so we have to the Customs Border Patrol facility plan with the energies.
Did you have? And,
No, I haven't spoken with her. Yeah, I was sick for a week, so I've been behind on there, so I apologize. But no, I haven't talked with her, and so this came up because we spoke with Kyle and Greg about the historic house, which is the current location for customer patrol. We're discussing earlier. And then I just wrote this recollection, the plan that's been approved is to utilize adjacent parks. And what we voted on and approved was to include in our plan the historic customs facility as part of the customs stop. Necessarily be eligible for the first tranche of funding that still be included in the customs border patrol facility. So they would be able to. Okay, so just to clarify, it's not me who wants to do this. So this is in response to PennDOT telling us that the historic building will not qualify for grant funding if it is not part of the. Yes. And then we have an email from Kyle, so it is still gonna be included in part of the grant, maybe not additional time in the long run. That it's included in the customs facility. It's not under. Well, it's in their application style. They are actually adjacent to option D. It is in the design, not understanding.
you can put a possibly, shall we, where, and then,
Access road facilities,
it says, well,
It just says level access.
In that.
to the all.
no, they're not. And still required for the included, so, and I don't think there's the. Probably. Just, it should be included in the overall plan.
Use.
But I don't think that it should be carved out on these ones. There needs to be planned that, right? I mean, they would use all of these.
I don't think it's all. The.
That's a good point. Someone has to. Move that. So whether it's Lobo or. Surely that link has been in the service of the port, and so it's going to be used for a different purpose, we need to figure out. it's gonna be monetized, but yeah, it's. Location.
They lease property down in Center Street. So we can have somebody else see Center Street location. But it ain't that. You know, I don't think that's how it's property. If the target he comes in, there's gonna be bullshit there. I mean, you put this out there.
So the plan on here is the zones plan is Sunday or the FBC meeting, which I think would be for Vice Chair Taylor.
It's all about, there's a, resort. There's a, I was only able to go for 1 day, so the guys, it's sunny. So these guys are inside. Sold the greater times more. We really find this to the entire and of course working with the team always and if there's need for a so find the gas because while level is here relationships critical.
Strategy. So we do have connections through, NBCJ. And we do have. It's not ours.
Yeah. You know how.
The parents also, or we should put that,
She's in my. Right.
Alright. Well, but for any. I don't think to be too long and to the job. Those meetings are so important. Not only for our presentation. The port operator do this. So this was added in response to back on board, and I think we touched on budget. Was there any other discussion that you need to have on this?
Okay. Along.
So this is operating here.
It's. Yes.
All right, commissioner reports and comments, new development reports. So, I've had a few people that are really insistent by any means, like official, official like that there is a need for regional, facilities for, large vessels. And they invest fast. And yeah, saying they but it's something that it's, yeah, the commercial buses for the months here, it's about us, so the shuttle,
Yes. because they have fueled dredges, whether it be a hopper dredge or be a large dredge, they fuel them. I've seen yachts over there. And, yeah, you know, that's so I'll say for consolidated. On what you need to like down the armor, it looks like the building and to the Andy and what they got. That's past my. Meetings that outside fence line from the interchange to the dark shed.
We better letting it go than doing.
I know man got moving on that.
Before you move on to security, when I was at the jar shack, they didn't even their charging orders. Their ordering.
We're reviewing. We're expecting them to execute. Normally, the FSO, Facility Security Officer, reviews those and puts them into the block that would match his FSP. If they don't match, we try to make a match. I'm looking through it right now. Like I said, it's probably an inch report thick. It's very extensive.
Patrick might disagree with me, but I was just gonna suggest that they mark it as a security procedure confidential, and then it would at least be reviewed before it was released.
I mean, I can do whatever you want, but it's out there
It's
for,
very specific about who can stop at the gate, what types of credentials and what they're.
well, that's your FSP.
Right,
FSP, if you want a copy of it, you gotta go through the US Department of Transportation and want.
the document I looked at, and I love detail, that's all I'll say. And before we send it to the board and it gets public record, I just think it should be marked so that it can be redacted before it's released. It's my advice, it doesn't mean it's all confidential, it just means it will be reviewed before somebody was.
All right, well. Greg, you need to set it up where Kyle and I can meet and look at this, because there's no sense in having two mules going in a different direction. We need to come together and look at this. I want to make sure that this board is covered. He wants to make sure his FFP is covered, and then we can turn it over to you, Patrick, you can review it. But it's pretty simple. There's a lot of stuff in there that's been in there for the last 20 years that don't need to be in. It's not the FSP. Don't anybody get that, because FSP, there's only certain people that can see it. This is your post orders from the company to the security officer, telling them what they're expecting. That's all it is, pretty much. Thank you, Commissioner.
Do you have that, Laura?
He's got it.
Who's he?
Kyle.
Okay,
Yeah, I did talk to security and they did turn one over to them, and then they turned one over to me.
and you're looking to bylaws.
What we're doing is we're going through there, and as Kyle goes through there, he'll see things that doesn't even pertain to the Fort Vernon needs. That needs to be done away with. Put an X across it, give it back to the security company, and they will completely go through and set them up the way that OVA and the Fort wants them. And it'll be a new form of post orders. But I will make sure that this board has a copy of those. I just received it yesterday, so I really haven't broken it down. Of course, I've done that before. I know that what needs to be done with. But that way I can compare mine with Kyle's and I'll make it all for the contract. And
And you started reviewing.
okay, based on the report that I received this afternoon on some of the facility, the warehouse #1 fire system went down last night. They have a technician working on it. The compressor motor, will be there in the next week, and they'll have that installed and bring that up. They did notify the local vendor, for the fire suppression system and the local fire department that it's out of service. I'm not even gonna cover the tow truck, that's already dealt with. Security, the only problem that we had there is the two, talking about the interior arms, they broke off. They've been repaired. I still having some issues with crane #9, the Lee Bear container crane. They're still using it, but there's some boom control processes that they're having to work through. Lee Bear crane #10, they're still out of service. They're working on a computer to communicate with the old technology, whatever that means. The mobile harbor, they're going to be doing some minor turbo work to it. Trucks, we don't need to discuss them any longer. Warehouse 3 roof panels, there's been no change in that. I would highly suggest whatever needs to be done, we expedite it, because there's going to start being some cargo damage there. They also reporting on wear on concrete load dock. They want to add it to a future project. The rail dock canopy, gutters have finally been added. Apparently last week they got those up, and the rail dock canopy will be removed. next report. They are working on the container crane, tie downs. They're gonna be doing some engineering. I've asked Greg, for me to, meet up with their engineer out there. He's gonna look into some drawings and stuff that they may already have in, progress. But I will be following up on that. An engineer will be on site next week, to finalize plans for the crane and modifications to install overnight scoping. So we need to expedite that, based on the storms that have been blowing in. We don't need another crane running down. As far as the FDOT, there's a meeting supposed to be scheduled, I think, next month or 25th.
Mr. Carl Kaufman is due to come in person here at the next open meeting in September.
I believe it is the 25th that he's gonna be here. Rosanna and I had conversation, with his assistant on cleaning up some of these old grants. So when he comes forward, hopefully we'll have all that done and we'll only have the current active grants to be discussed. Everything else should be dissolved and moved off of the list. Any questions on that? All right.
Cover facilities, Customs House is next. Commissioner Bolt. All right, Army Corps.
Process. Moving forward with the time.
Right, Economic Development, Commissioner Hall.
That's on.
There's a category 2 storm making landfall, but it's not gonna hit us.
No, it's all in knowledge. Aggravated GHG product, later control.
Are you all getting Orlando's updates from the emergency? Okay, good, just want to make sure. So TBO board meeting, the last meeting was canceled due to lack of quorum, and our next meeting is tomorrow, 12th, at 10 a.m. at the TBO headquarters of Jacksonville. So they would want to go. They're in the final stage of development of the 2050 Long Range Transportation Plan, or LRTP. So tomorrow will be an important meeting. You'll hear the LRTP cost feasible plan, which will be in preparation for action at the October 10 meeting. But tomorrow's meeting will have a lot of details. And in just looking at the agenda, there's a lot of projects in there for Nassau County. And those agendas are published. So if there's anything of interest there in the meeting, feel free to reach out to Marcy Larson or Jeff Sheffield if you have specific questions. But we've been commended that we have very good attendance at the TBO. They love the fact that Rosanna comes to meetings and that said that Vice Chair Taylor has had great attendance at the TAC.
I didn't see why did you do that? So I am actually was unable to attend, for Dalton Blanche and so the thing that I need to decide. Then we go to the Chamber of Commerce. You'll notice on side 200, there's a lot of new landscape, there's trees and some ground. And that project, still on the duty, and it's linked back to 2017, what kind of pictures watched on what type of industry we want to develop. And Chamber got involved and a lot of this that and advocated to the OCC strongly. I was actually beginning it's going to be live. And we going down, stay on 200, for devices is so with the chamber advocating, one side of something just seeing the person playing. I'm pretty excited about it. A few days ago, throughout social media and talent that. So kudos to them for their efforts. Support. And then I don't have any.
It looks good, I mean.
Well,
But that's still along the. Should here. So. Okay.
Okay. And then City of Virginia Beach,
oh,
other ones. Okay, and then, community outreach, Fullwood, or any of the commissioners? Okay, I did attend a business after hours for the Prime South with the chamber. We get two, membership pricing tickets. So anytime there's events come up, I'm listed, Rosanna's listed, but if there's an event you want to go to, and there's a ticket available, you call and they'll give you the member pricing rate as long as we haven't already used the first two tickets. So that's available to you guys. All right, Administrative Office Manager report.
My report is attached to the meeting packet, and if I could, Madam Chair, I would like to, do some reminders.
Sure.
So the Nassau Trade Flag sign, there are 7 businesses, and I called them all, and I got only 2 promised to reach back to me. So I'll continue to work on that. The PEC lease is changing from $281 to $289 with a 2.9% CPI. So just FYI, that starts October 1st. On the operating account, there is $117,000 sitting in that account that is not due to the operator. It is due to the coast to coast contractor. The coast to coast invoice, this is third of 3. The total is $317,560. So it's sitting in that account because I'm waiting for the outstanding balance to pay the full amount, the invoice. So your Savage team is aware, and I'm still waiting for. So
You should be able to pay everything. You should be able to pay everything. That's. You shouldn't.
Correct. Correct. However, this project is tied to a grant, so we need to pay the vendors accordingly. So if Savage can deposit the outstanding 200K, I could then pay the coast to coast invoice in full.
Okay, yeah, so. That I would just see risk, pay. Where it's batch. And now, typically things to the city process to improve. Not really need to extend, but if you don't take the time. That's just, yeah. So, I mean, it's
Is there any reason why when you're doing the meeting that you're paying 17,000? Student contracting?
all of the bus.
So we need to issue that payment.
Is it the board's direction to me to issue the 117,000 to Coast to Coast? That is only a partial payment to the
And they perform that work.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's no- we need to do that now. We have to go on.
Okay, thank you. I will do that tomorrow.
There was the reason that we will. Someone, we don't. Know about it. It's- We're not really wrong.
See, that's my. So I wrote. Yeah.
Or I will issue that from me. Okay, so moving on, Florida Transportation Plan Workshop is September 18th. I forwarded the full board the information on that. It's at the FDOT facility, 2 p.m. I want to report Commissioner Nelson and I went to the First Federal Bank branch as hard copies. And so that's finalized. We will get that for the month of September, starting this September. And as you can see, I did get the new laptop. It's operational and it's in at 84.
That's what I was thinking, say that lot's been used for everything under the sun. I mean, now, I mean, now all of a sudden we're gonna get serious about it, but, you know, there was no trespassing sign up there for. After, but, I mean, people use that. And line that place up. When you talking about, well, it's someone use that for a farm to do this. We're gonna do that, we need to do all 3 lots. You don't need to just isolate one.
Is the trespass, new trespass fence or?
I haven't seen one in eons.
I will start with that, as well. Or,
Would you mind looking to see, what the cost would be of putting in signs?
No trespassing sign, yeah, they do use it for like shrimp fests as parking.
Or so, maybe you. Board.
yes,
It's kind of in the past, I know, prior to the museum. Chain, maybe, those chain, and overall, that's.
Yeah. And I've seen they've had extra vehicles that they brought up there for whatever operation that they were, and they store them out there. So
Yeah, I know that, sometimes they give me. To. So. People, much and. Some.
it's like,
why don't we just monitor and see if it gets out, we'll do something. I'll put a sign up. I'll put a post up, put a sign up, but I've seen a lot of activity over there. And I say, I'm not there. So if I see it, I can identify, it, then I'll
That you think was like sufficient diligence.
I think you do, I think you should do all, maybe, it's consistent.
That is correct.
I just wanted to add, mention to earlier, Chair, maybe the other action, to make sure next meeting at 6.
It's 6.
Uh,
Okay, no other items to be brought by the commission?